Welcome to the Wild Magic Podcast, Season 1, The Rise of the Shine Brigade. This episode contains explicit language not suited for sprouts, tots, or toadstools. Trigger warnings and music credits can be found in the description below.
Where we left off, Shine Brigade, you had just been escorted back to your mansion-sized rooms at the top floor of the Shine compound. You sort of took a moment to sit and let the gravity of the situation hit you. Exactly where we left off, you all have been dropped off in your individual rooms, told that you can go home for the evening if you'd like. It's encouraged that you do. But in this moment, there's a time where you can talk to each other in these halls, in these larger-than-life rooms.
I think that Pony Puffy Pants is really disappointed in us, guys.
Well, you know what? I think that perhaps we need to set boundaries with him. Because as someone who has been in the workforce a while, this just seems completely unacceptable. Throwing us in this kind of threatening situation. I saw the smile on your face, Recklin, going into all of this. The smile that you had when you saw that great big machine in the center of the room. And that really just, that whole situation with that simulated Grandmaster frown, that really pulled the energy out of our group. I don't know if the Shine compound has an HR department, but if it does, we probably ought to speak to them.
You know, can I respectfully, just lodge a disagreement in your direction? Respectfully. I think boundaries are important, but I think that was an incredibly important slap in the face for us. I don't know about you guys, and I barely know you guys right now, and I don't know why I'm going on about this, but I can see in myself, when I walked away from that, the first thing I thought was, I cannot do this. Like, I was not born with the capabilities to do this. And I heard everyone else's self-talk of, I can't do this, I'm not good enough for this, and I don't know, I'm reminded of something that happened when I was pretty young, and I didn't get it at the time, but I came home. I don't think I've ever whiffed a test quite as bad as I did whiff this one test. And I came home to my mama, and I told her, Mama, I think I might have just been born dumb. Like, I think I might be the dumbest person in my class, and I can't do this, and there's no world in which I'm going to make this happen. And she turned around. She didn't even hesitate. And she said, Recklin, nobody cares you're born smart. I don't care you're born smart. Your teachers don't care you're born smart. Nobody cares you're born smart, Recklin. People care you do smart. People care you make smart. That's what matters. So it don't matter you born stupid, Recklin. It matter you do smart. And that's where I think we all are right now. I don't think any of us are born heroes. I know I'm not born hero. I know I'm not smart enough to be hero, but I know we gotta do hero. And I don't think we have time to start thinking about whether or not we can do something or whether or not we were born to do something. I think we have exactly enough time to just do something, to make it happen, to work our butts off and make this, because this city, this planet, it is worth protecting. It is worth making this do happen. So I don't want to hear any more of this talk about I can't do it, because we have time to do it, and doing it's important, and I know every single one of us can do it. Because we're the Shine Brigade. And that is not who we will become. That is who we are.
Anise is gonna, she pulls a chair forward, takes a sit down, is like, well, good point.
Those are some nice words, Breck. I still think I'm going home.
And you're gonna come here tomorrow.
No. I'm going home.
You can choose what you want to choose, and I can respect that. But honestly, I don't think this is completely about us. And I want you to think about that. Because I think you're a good person. And I think you know this. But I can respect your decision. But you will always be a member of the Shine Brigade.
All right, Michael shoulders his bag of stuff that he's brought with him and starts heading for the train station.
I think it takes more than a magic costume to make you a member of the Shine Brigade. I mean, look at the last Shine Brigade. They were heroes. They could fight evil. They could do things that everyone else could only dream of doing. None of us could do any of that in that room earlier today. Grandmaster Frown? That is far beyond what you can expect anyone just picked off the street to be able to do.
You're right. We're going to have to work pretty hard.
Listen, all I know is the first time I used my power, the first time it came out, it activated something I had been working on for years, and I had never been able to get it to work the way that it did. I was able to do things I couldn't even imagine. It made me into something so much more than what I was. So, Delilah, maybe you're right. Maybe we're not enough. But maybe Recklin's right too, and maybe this can make us into something greater than we were. Maybe we can be enough. I know that I could never have done that, but I did it. I did it. The shine made me into something more than I am. And maybe we just have to wait and see, and we have to have a little faith that it chose us for a reason.
Faith sure did a lot of good for the last Shine Brigade.
Well, is it just the three of us then?
3 of us certainly wouldn't make it far on our own. I need to think about it. You two made some good points, but I'm going to need to sleep on it. I'm going to need to talk to my husband and my daughter and the other people that rely on me. Anise is going to get up and take her bag and make her way to the elevator.
Listen, Recklin, I really do want to be here, but I also have a test tomorrow that I really do need to go home and study for.
Okay, yeah. No, I'll just, this TV has a lot more channels than mine currently does, so I'm sure I'll be able to make it work. But I know. Trust me. Look at me in the eyes. You're looking at me. Look at me in the eyes. They're gonna come back. I know it. We are the Shine Brigade. There ain't no changing that. And you're right. We're gonna be so much more than we think we are right now. So you go study for your tests, but mark my words, tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in some point within the next 30 business days, I think we're gonna have it assembled. But you go study for your test. I'll go watch this HBO series. I've not quite watched much of it, but I'll go play around on that. But I'll see you later.
I'm not great with directions. Do you think you could help me find the train station?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm also gonna head outside. With Recklin's guidance, of course. Griff has no idea where he is in this giant tower.
Get on out of here, Delilah. Come on. Gotta join us in the train station. Come on. One last, I know you're in your building. I know you're in your room, but if you could come out for a bit. Just this one favor for me. Come out with me to this train station, okay?
Sure, I guess train station beats this big empty room they gave us with no furniture.
Awesome. I'll buy us all lunch, too.
You make your way to the Grand Shine Station. In order to get to the other lines, you have to wait for this central indigo line, which takes you to different train stations, which is always late. It has never not been late. You all meet up at the pickup site right outside of the Shine compound. It's a little bit of an awkward thing, Michael. having left all these people in kind of a dramatic fashion and seeing them all sit next to you.
Michael just tries to avoid everyone else's gaze as he just looks off in the distance, pretending to be preoccupied with his own thoughts. He's not. He's very embarrassed.
Griffin's gonna call over and be like, Michael, do you want some food? We're going to get lunch.
Michael continues turning his head, pretending that he didn't hear you.
Michael? Well, I guess he can't. He probably just can't hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
The party is approached by a family of 4. They are the classic tourist type. You see that there is a father wearing a fanny pack, a tank top that glides over his muffin top beer belly. He is sunburned to the 7 hells. It looks quite painful. He's joined by a wife who wears large sunglasses, has large draping hair, is wearing comfort clothes, pajamas, and a t-shirt. Their 2 kids are going hog wild around the station. They're screaming and yelling. They're pushing each other over, crying for a moment, and then getting back up right away and running around and screaming some more. The sunburned father approaches the party. Hi, I'm from Corn City. I'm a little lost. You see, we just, apparated in from the Cloud Bridge. We're here on vacation, and this train station doesn't make any sense to us. Could you give us directions to Old Town, please?
Old Town. Do any of you come from around Old Town?
Yeah, I've some buddies down there. Actually, and Recklin kind of pops out. He's been awkwardly just like really trying to like physically sit closely between Delilah and Griff, just trying to like, yeah, we're all sitting together, we're buddies. He kind of pops up and inevitably ends up kind of nudging you guys a little harshly, getting up. Oh yeah, no, I got a buddy down there. Yeah, let me go help with the directions. It's all over the place. I swear, bureaucrats and making maps, just they don't know what they're doing. How were you trying to get in Old Town?
You see, we got a hotel down there. We were gonna go see the this is kind of grim, but what with the Shine Brigade dying and all, we were going to go pay homage at the Old Town of Heroes.
Oh. Yeah, no, yeah, so you're going to want to take exit off, you're seeing the old Shine Brigade. You're going to want to take this exit here off of Diamond Square. Take that maybe like short little walk over to the green light over here, and then they'll put you right over there. If you just take a little walk off there, just follow the signs, you won't miss it.
Yeah, all right. That makes sense. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
You say you've been to Old Town before. Is there anywhere in there that, we could go see? Bring the little ones, maybe?
Well, the museum, it's pretty... There's like the Holly where that would
Heroes, yes.
Would that be where they're holding I might have missed.
That's where they want to go.
Okay, that's where they want to
Yeah.
go. I mean, I the little ones, they have some pretty fun little. I mean, I think going to Hall of Heroes is always good, but I think the little ones, there's some there's like some playgrounds around there. It's the whole area is really pretty. They did it up really pretty. There's very family friendly, very friendly family.
Yeah, I appreciate you see deep bags under her eyes. She says, if I might give you some advice, if you ever have little ones of your own, don't bring them on vacation, okay? This has been a harrowing journey, and being in a new place, I am so tired. John kind of places a candid hand over her shoulder, yells over the little ones, hey, Sil, Dill, do not push each other around the train tracks. That is dangerous. Hey, get over here. Come introduce yourself to these nice folk. You see 2 small little kids. They are twins. They have dirt all over their clothes, rips and tears in various places. There's bruises and gashes and injuries just from a lifetime of roughhousing. They say, hey. Let me try that again. They say, hey. Hi.
Oh, lovely children you have here. They get out about a lot, don't they? You see, they're full of energy. I've got 2 kids myself, or had two little ones at one point. I get how crazy they can be,
That's
especially
for sure.
on vacation.
Yeah, they really run us rampant. That's for sure.
Michael interrupts from a distance. These are your kids?
Yes, these are Those are our kids, yes.
The ones that were just down there on the rails, fighting over the rail spikes down there for gloom's sake. Can you keep a better eye on them? Put a leash on them or something?
You see the wife seems to recoil a little bit. The husband says, all right, yeah, sorry. They can just get to be a lot sometimes. You know, you look like a man who's had to deal with this sort of thing before.
Oh, once a dad, always a dad, if you know what I mean. Michael. And Michael sticks out his hand in a very aggressive handshaking posture.
He goes in for a handshake with sort of the same posture, a very practiced, firm handshake. John Mays, this is my wife, Kelly Mays. 2 little ones, Sil and Dill.
Well, it's nice to meet you all.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Hey, do you know when the Indigo line is going to be around? I swear, we've been waiting around here for probably 30 minutes.
It's always at least an hour late.
Right.
Just gotta keep waiting a little longer. It'll come.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It was so nice to meet all you folk, and it's great to I guess meet some of Sunflower City's very kind people. We've heard a lot about the hospitality that comes out of Sunflower City, and well, thank you.
You know, while you're here, there's also the Children's Museum in the Paddle District for the kids.
Oh, is that right? Could you mark that on the map?
Oh, sure thing. I think that's right around here. If you were to take the yellow line down to Golden Circle, then just a couple blocks off, up in this direction. Yeah, right over there.
I bet that would be great for getting some of their energy out.
Believe me, it can keep them well occupied.
Yeah, my little ones certainly love going there. They'll be busy forever and tired afterwards. It's perfect.
That does sound perfect. Thank you.
Speaking of keeping them occupied, Delilah has one of them like staring at her phone. So Delilah's just scrolling through photos of the most like grotesque, like grim things you can ever find. Like,
what is that?
oh, that's a picture of some roadkill I saw the other day.
That's kind of gross. I don't know if I like that.
No, isn't it cool? I mean, look at how
it's
the tire tracks.
I don't like that at all.
Man, I just remember thinking these are the coolest things when I was a kid.
Do you have games on your phone?
Oh, yes. This is a personal favorite of mine. It's called Leave Me the Hell Alone.
You're not very nice.
Well, I guess that's just a difference of opinion.
Hearing this, Griff's gonna kind of scoot over and be like, "Hey, I have games on my phone."
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Here, you can try it. And he's gonna pull out a little game where you're a little dog and you have to hop across dirt piles, cross roads, and you got to dodge the cars as they're coming down the road as you're hopping across these dirt piles.
If you're about to tell me it's called Dogger, I'm going to end your life.
It's actually Duggar.
How do you avoid the car, right? You know how it is.
You hand over the game, and you see that the kid's hands are dirty. There's maybe some peanut butter on there. It gets all over the place. Gets all grimy and smears the screen. But you did a good deed, and that does feel good. The Indigo line arrives 15 minutes late. All of you load aboard the middle train. This train is made up of 3 separate carts, and at this time of day, most of them are empty. It's not central commuting time, and so there's not a lot of people out there. You take the Indigo train for a little bit to the background noise of children playing. I need you all to roll a perception check.
It's just to see if we're getting to the right line, right?
Indigo. Got it. I got a 17.
Gotta make sure you don't miss your stop.
I got a 10.
Coming in strong at a 6.
Oh.
17.
17.
And I got a 9.
Mechanical buzzing, Michael and Recklin, is something that you're very familiar with. In the cars and the HVAC and the mechanical systems that you work with, it's sort of a melodic background to your life. This buzzing sounds wrong. It sounds unnatural. It doesn't sound like the buzzing of a train system. It sounds discordant. It sounds broken. You're not exactly sure what it is. As you look out the window, you see a flash of yellow and black. It grows closer, and this discordant buzzing sound grows louder, and you see in the distance a large mechanical bee. You have about one turn before it arrives.
Oh.
I will say, you recognize this bee as a pollinator. Kind of the nature of a city built on top of a giant sunflower is that it needs to be pollinated very well over the year. This has been solved through these mechanical pollinators, which allow these vibrant and gigantic flowers to stay bloomed for the entirety of the year. You've never seen one this low. You've never seen one at the train station interacting with civilians. And that strikes you as wrong.
Is it is it attacking or is it just kind of interacting? Does it look aggressive? Can we tell?
I would like you to make an insight check.
Okay.
Or you could make a HVAC check.
HVAC check. Yes. I make an HVAC check. Is that the same as for insight?
I will say your HVAC check is sort of like doing something with tools proficiency.
You are proficient in HVAC.
Yeah, I'm going to put that down.
That's important, yes.
HVAC.
You're going to want to remember that. I will say that working with HVAC system requires a great deal of charisma.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. That's so right.
You have to coax the vents into doing what.
It's a force of will,
what
you know? It's like a force of presence in order to make
They can
HVAC
tell if
happen.
you're scared.
Yeah. Yeah, that's way better. I think I rolled a 16 plus
Oh, shit.
insight plus I'm already proficient in insight, so this was moot, but it was a good we established the rules.
Oh, no.
19.
Looking at this creature, this mechanical beast, the flight pattern looks wrong. It looks like it's wavering slightly in the air. It looks like something mechanically is very wrong.
Hey, Michael! And I kind of walk over to him, not just do. Hey, Michael, you notice there's something up with that buzzbot over there? That don't look right. I'm telling you, something up with that wing pattern. That now making a lot of sense. It shouldn't be doing something like that. They try to be efficient like and they're flying. This ain't efficient like and it's flying.
I assume at this point it's hit us because Rec took up 6 seconds.
It is still flying towards you, yes. But you all get you all get an opportunity to do something before that.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Hey guys, and Michael's gonna turn around and address the group, try to get their attention. You might want to come take a look at this.
Griff is still wiping the peanut butter and the dirt off of his phone. He's like, hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right there.
No, I think this is important. Ice is...
Oh, God, it's in the charging port. Oh, it's ruined.
Sorry, what's up, guys?
Hey, this buzzbot's flying all weird like.
Buzzbot.
Oh, the bee. The pollinator,
She's
whatever
looking
you
out
need
the
me to
window.
call it. The pink...
Did you say buzzbot?
The buzzbot.
Why is it down here? There's no flowers down here.
I don't know. It's saying it's flying weird.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that sure is... It's coming close. Should I? And like pull out, a wrench, I guess. Okay. Well, I got this wrench, so if it comes by.
Anise is going to fasten her seatbelt.
Delilah is going to turn to the parents and be like, hey, Mom and Dad, it may be a good idea if you grab your children and keep them away from that pollinator.
From what?
The giant robot flying towards us.
I thought that was just a natural feature of Sunflower City.
Well, yes and no. Better safe than sorry, unless you want your kids to turn out like the roadkill picture.
When you say this, Syl has a white expression wash over his face, and he just sort of walks over and hugs the leg of his mother.
What did you do to this child?
The bee smashes into the side of the indigo train. You all are thrown about. The whole thing rumbles, except for Anise, who's buckled up.
Safety first.
I actually need everybody, except for Anise, who is buckled up, to roll a strength saving throw.
I really did waste your
I got a nat 20.
Oh shit!
I also got a nat 20.
Oh my god!
God.
All right, Shine Brigade.
I got a 4.
I got a 14.
Okay, everybody who rolled above a 10, you managed to keep your footing as the impact hits. Recklin, you are thrown to the side and knocked prone.
Yeah, I was like fumbling with the wrench, like, oh, should I? And just completely floored.
Oh, now my phone is really broken.
You see giant mechanical insectoid legs smash through each of the windows on 6 sides. There's screaming from the family of 4. You look over, nobody's injured, but they are on the floor panicked. I need everybody to roll initiative.
I cannot believe buckling up actually did something.
Safety first.
I cannot believe that. That was amazing. What a moment.
6 for Delilah.
19
Nice.
for Griff. The dice are hot today.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, but Michael got a 22.
What?
You all think your dice are hot. Take 3.
Anise has to take time unbuckling.
And Ricklin got a very respectable 11.
11.
Calvin, I have brought out your lucky dice.
Oh, no.
The dices that have never failed you before. Trusty old blue-green.
I know, I'm like, I feel like I should bust those out in case of emergency. Those were so unfair. Like, I don't even want to assault test those and see how unfair they are.
There are a series of 3 cars that are part of this train system. You guys entered through the center one. There's one on either side of the middle car. These cars are relatively wide and relatively long. Imagine that you're on a subway, basically the size of a subway car.
The bee is only on our card.
The bee has landed on only the center cart and has pierced its mechanical legs through the windows.
So it's on top going through the windows.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
This is a big bee.
Michael, visibly a little bit shaken, tries to hold it together as best as he can. Michael is going to go check on the family that's on the ground. If I walk up to them, are you okay? Is everyone all right?
Yes, everybody's okay. What's happening over there?
Look, I just need you to keep your heads down and let us deal with this, okay?
Okay, yeah,
Can you do
all
that
right.
For me, just hold on to your kids. Get under the seats. We got this.
Are we gonna be okay?
We're gonna be okay.
Okay.
Can I do like an insider perception just to make sure they're okay?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Kids are probably still traumatized, but that's a 4.
As far as you can tell, they seem to have listened to what you said.
Okay. Yeah, I think Michael would reach for the bars of the window that the bee has crashed through. He's going to wrap his arm or his hand around the bars, close his eyes, and just imagine the ballerina as it moved off its track and started moving around, and the orange glow that came from it as well. And I think you start to see the metal emit this orange glitter almost coming out, like a cloud of glitter coming out from it. As Michael in his head is just praying that this will work, that something will happen.
I would like you to roll a d20 and tell me the result.
Ooh. Yes.
That is 3.
Yes.
So 3.
Oh.
You feel a small glimpse of the warmth that you felt on that day. And you try to grasp that. You try to focus deeper in on that. But the train jolts. You're brought back to this reality where this train cart is under attack, where your life is once again in danger.
Okay, that didn't really work. Anybody else got any ideas?
Griff, it is your turn.
Okay. Oh god. He's gonna look around for like a fire extinguisher or something on the walls that he can pull off, you know?
Right, lucky for you, equipped on all Grand Shine Station trains are a slew of safety equipment, including a fire axe, a fire extinguisher.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna go for the fire extinguisher.
Okay, you grab the fire extinguisher.
And now he's gonna run over to the bee and just whack one of its legs as hard as he can with it.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Is a 6 enough?
Taking the heavy fire extinguisher, slamming it down on this giant metallic leg, just sends reverberations through your arm. It hurt pretty bad. The impact left your ears ringing a little bit. It doesn't seem to have taken any effect.
Is there like an adult that could maybe use this?
Griff, aren't you an adult?
Oh fuck! Oh yeah!
You hear creaking sounds from outside the train cart as parts of it seem to break. In an instant, you see a stinger crash through the roof. I am going to roll to see who this hits. That is going to be a niece.
Because you're still buckled
It's
in.
because I'm still buckled in. Can't move.
Bees can smell seatbelts, man.
Some damn kid spilled fruit juice all over this buckle.
Is Anise allergic to bees? Is that part of why they were attracted to you too? Like, 'cause they can always tell, you
They
know,
can
the
always
person that's
tell.
allergic. Yeah.
They can't always tell.
Does a 17 hit?
In our current state, yeah.
It is going to deal.
It's gonna be an ouch.
I rolled a 1. It is going to deal 3 points of damage. It is going to raise its stinger one more time. And it's going to strike down at another random party member.
What kind of bee stings more than once? What is this?
You right?
My
what level of realism is there in this? God.
It rolled a 6. As there are 5 party members, the stinger comes crashing down into an unoccupied space.
Right where the family was before I
Oh,
moved
no!
them down.
For drama reasons, absolutely.
Yes!
Let's go.
Okay, that is the bee's turn. Recklin, you are up next on the turn order.
Okay, so I know. Would I have any familiarity with the propulsion system on this? Like any kind of like recognizing of like, is this similar to like the air moving magic from HVAC that I have any kind of familiarity with?
I would say, and I don't want to overdo this, but go ahead and roll another HVAC check.
Yeah!
HVAC check! Everything is an HVAC check if you work it hard enough.
When you break it down, it's just
All HVAC, it's all
Yeah.
heat, it's all air moving. It's cool. It's just, that's
It's just
17.
HVAC all the way down.
In order to support a system that mechanically flies so much, there needs to be a hell of a cooling system on this thing.
Okay.
You know this to be true. You also know that it's powered primarily using orange light, which is the sort of conduit of mechanical abilities.
Right, I don't know exactly where the cooling is, but alright, and seeing Griff having gone over to where the fire axe and the fire extinguisher were and saw Griff's valiant efforts, Recklin goes over trying to get the fire axe and says, okay, this thing has a cooling thing. If the cooling module on this is destroyed, this thing's it's gonna explode, but it will be destroyed. So I think we should go after the cooling module. It's probably gonna be near the base if I had to guess, but you'll be able, there'll be a lot of air coming in and out. You'll be able to probably ascertain what it is. So I'm gonna try and break this here subway window open. You guys all try to get the cooling thing, and I'm gonna try to bust open the window.
Okay, just go ahead and roll a d20.
It's 20 unnatural.
Yeah, the window absolutely shatters with the force of this fire axe.
I'm gonna get that cooling unit next turn.
Okay, Delilah.
Cool. Yeah, so the pollinator crashes into the cart. Everyone gets jostled and
Yes.
kind of flung towards a wall. I think Delilah, even though she has this, satyr-like grace about her legs, it's hard to knock a goat off of anything. I think she still crashes into the wall by the force of the pollinator and smacks her head against the wall. And in that moment, she's kind of flashed back to the concert, to the bright lights of stage lighting and the mosh pit of people beating each other up. And I kind of wonder if in this moment of being jostled, if it awakens anything for her.
Yes, I need you to roll a d20.
I'm gonna break out one of the actual dice for this.
Gonna be the first one. Who's gonna do it?
Boy, it's not good. I rolled a 6.
A 6. You feel, similarly to Michael, this warmth, this glow within you for a moment, and you try to hold on to it, but in the moment, in this panic, you can't quite grip it.
In that case, I think that the stinger starts punching through the roof, and Delilah's like, who even puts a stinger on a giant robotic bee with no need to defend itself. And then I think Delilah is going to use her action to disengage and try to run towards the front of the train.
Okay. Just to let you know, because this bee does not technically have line of sight on you, I will say that you don't need to disengage to get outside of its threatening range.
Oh, cool. I was really worried about legs punching through the windows like a kraken attacking a boat or something.
Yeah.
Already ahead of you. Doesn't even need to punch through some of them windows. I got them already out. Don't worry.
Okay. So if I don't have to dodge legs, I think Delilah would try to help get the other family out of this car as well, up towards the front of the train, where hopefully if this car is incapacitated for some reason and like disengaged, like they'll still be safe.
So you run up to the family. What do you say?
Hey, I don't know what is going on with this giant bee thing, but we should probably get out of this car. Let's go closer to the front of the train.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea. They follow you to the front of the train.
Gosh, and that family thought that their family vacation was harrowing before.
Typical day in Shine City, let me tell you. Delilah's just gonna do the tour, like as the train is like rolling along the tracks, and oh yes, over there, that's where the park where all the pollinators usually gather this time of year. And over there, oh look, that's the lake where you can go for a swim.
Okay. So, following up the rear is Anise.
So she is just in her seat, fumbling with this seatbelt. Shits and shouts! Shits and shouts! She gets stabbed in the shoulder by the stinger. Her vision just kind of blurs in and out as her body deals with the pain for a moment. She gathers herself after it retracts and she has a second to breathe, and she finally manages to unbuckle the seatbelt and stumbles forward out of the seat. Crouched over, she takes a glance out of the window. Are we...
Yes,
Where are we at?
the train is moving at full velocity to the next stop, which is quite fast, I'd say, between like 40 and 60 miles per hour.
And is the next stop visible, like, at all?
You will not get there within a minute.
Yeah. Understood. Anise is just, like, clutching her shoulder, half whimpering, half swearing under her breath, kind of crouched over, making her way toward the front of the car, slowly and carefully, afraid of the stinger that could be above anywhere. She's just, trying to make it out of there. I think as she's stumbling forward and just feeling this pain, wincing at it, and seeing all just parts of the city flash by the windows, she's getting flashes of green after image. Again, as she feels the pain and her vision blurs out, these things blur in and then it swaps. And then she stumbles a few more steps, and then this happens again and again. Don't want to roll to see if she does her transformation yet. If there's another attack coming her way, let me know.
Okay. All right. Is that all you'd like to do for your turn?
Yes, she is just stumbling toward the other car.
Top of the route, a lair action.
Oh, no.
Because I'm evil.
No!
Damn right.
Xander.
It's episode
Xander.
2.
We can't even use our first level abilities.
Because I'm evil. You feel the train cart, the center train cart, start to rumble. You hear the screeching noise of metal going against metal in a horrible cacophony of sound. If I roll a 1 or a 2 on this d20, the center train cart will derail.
Ooh. Guys, it's just a
Put
1 or
that shit
2
in the middle
though.
of the table. I want to see this fucking roll.
Yeah, center.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It is a 13. The train cart stabilizes, but here's what I'll say. Every additional round after this, I will add 2 to that roll. So next round, top of the round, if I roll a 4 or lower, the middle cart will derail.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Michael Brown, it is your turn.
So Michael tried his best to get that same feeling, that same energy that he had from before, just hoping that it would work this time. Being jolted out of that, I think Michael's eyes immediately go to Anise, who has a giant bloody hole in their shoulder that they're clutching, and as Anise is stumbling towards the front of the cart, Michael is just going to grab the rag off of his belt, run over to Anise, and without saying a word, tie it as a tourniquet right above the puncture. I know, it hurts. You're gonna be okay though. This is gonna be okay.
Okay.
You just have to keep going, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Things will work out.
Let's get to the fucking next car.
Okay. Michael will take one last look back at the cart and the chaos happening here as well. Is there anyone else in the cart with us?
Other than the party members that are still there, there is nobody else inside of the center cart.
Okay. Michael is going to see this, yell at everyone, "We're moving forward, just so you know." And then he's going to walk into the front cart.
Okay. Michael Brown's turn is over. Griff, you're up next on the initiative order.
All right, listen. Griff may not know stuff about HVAC. He may not know stuff about cars, but he does know robots. Can I make a perception or maybe an investigation check?
Yes.
Find the weak points on this bee.
I would like you to make an insight check with advantage, and I'll tell you why if you roll high enough.
All right. That is a 15.
A 15. This pollinator model was developed by Corditech.
Nepotism. That's my dad.
You have not worked directly on the system. However, you do know a lot of the mechanical systems that go into the technologies from Corditech. With this in mind, you know a couple of the weak points.
Damn, that Corditech stuff really is buggy.
Oh no! Oh no!
20 points of psychic damage. Die.
Alright. New character. That's
dear
rough.
God.
I'm gonna play your dad.
You Shine. There's not enough prayers in the world to get that out of my brain. All right. Looking up through the hole Stinger punctured, I'm assuming there's some holes in the roof now, maybe?
Yes,
Perhaps.
there are 2 large holes in the roof.
I would like to, I don't know, I guess try to spray foam this fire extinguisher through it to see if I can, like, get some liquid into the system and mess up the circuitry or something.
This is very akin to like a Luke Skywalker Death Star kind of situation.
Oh, absolutely. Griff closes his eyes. He hears his uncle's voice echoing. No, just kidding.
I'm debating on what to make you roll for this. I think it would have to do with intelligence. I'll just have you roll intelligence, add your modifier on that.
That's a 15 again.
A 15. You hear sounds of sparking inside of the machine. You see little beams of orange light pierce through the metallic frame, which is a sign that some of it has broken. In terms of damage, I'd like you to roll 2d10.
Oh!
Generous DM, thank you.
11 damage.
Just remember, at the end of the day, I'm evil.
Yeah.
No.
No, I haven't forgotten.
And then you get derail the train immediately after this, and I will know my place.
It's okay. Mara already derailed the train with her comment. You're back on track.
Alright, now that's
Oh, that's
Griff, looking into this hole, you see this orange light pierce through the metallic frame, but looking at it, it's strange because it seems like parts of the bee you can't see, as though certain parts have been artificially shadowed. It doesn't happen very often, and it's only in a couple spots, but it sort of looks like a glitch. Like a glitch in real life.
Huh.
It is the bee's turn.
I'm gonna have to talk to my dad about that one.
We're about to have it handed to us. You're this card. I'm nervous, and it was a pleasure working with you.
gotta catch him up on all the buzz.
The first one was a 4, which means that this attack is going against Recklin.
Okay, I got it.
That was a natural 20.
No, I can't go down in every fight.
Please, no. Don't leave me alone in the car.
No, please.
Please no.
I'm
Please
leaving you
no.
alone in the car.
I don't want to be alone.
Oh no.
That is going to be 6 points
Oh
piercing
god.
damage.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm freaking fine.
Just-
no one hit me.
It is going to strike out once more. Let's see if the heart of the dice allow for a niece to get
Heart
in
of the
here.
dice, heart of the dice, heart of the dice.
It's Recklin again.
No. No, that's illegal.
That's
Or it could be a niece.
There's no way.
It's
It's
a
a
No.
for a reason.
I rolled a natural 1.
The scales balance.
taken away. Yes. Oh, I was like, no, I cannot go and just like run into a situation, do one stupid action, and die 2 different combat rounds immediately.
I will say one of the good things, I'm playing the Grave Domain Cleric. If I heal a party member at 0 hit points, I do full healing on them.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is gonna be important.
The mechanical bee brings down its horrible abdomen 2 times upon you. The first, a horrible pierce through your chest. The second, you predict. You feel as though you're getting a sense of this thing and you dodge out of the way. You're impressed with yourself and also in agonizing pain. That is the bee's turn. Recklin, off of that.
I got a Recklin it. Okay, just just Recklin looks down and it's like you don't even, you just look, it's like it's warm and then that's why it's so warm in my chest. Oh, okay. And just kind of in shock where it's just like, all right, that's not good. That's gonna be an issue later. Okay. It's just kind of, no, it's not even real. It doesn't even kind of hurt, it's just wet and warm, and that's weird. And I'm not going to think about that too much harder. Just kind of wipes his face off a little bit, all right. Sticks his head out the window because he's destroyed the glass last round and there's no more glass. Sticks his head out. And he's not seen this particular kind of HVAC magic before, but he is very good at intuiting these kind of things. And just like that time when he was in the Hall of Heroes and he hadn't seen that HVAC system before, just trying to tap into that intangible focus space, that space of, I know how this works. There is no other world but how this HVAC works. It is me. I am HVAC. The world is HVAC. We are together. And just tries to tap in to that experience, to his knowledge again, to that state, as he looks for that cooling unit. He's just tapping to this Zen state, and then just hopefully, if he's able to identify it, put his X straight into the cooling, if he's able to identify it.
Okay, I would like you to make 2 checks here.
Okay.
God, I just keep saying this over and over again. First is your HVAC check. It just applies to everything. The second, just a D20 roll.
Okay, first is always HVAC check.
At least in Reckless, huh?
That's gonna be a 24.
Oh, bet it is.
I'm gonna have a 1 on the next one. I can feel it.
But you got the HVAC check. That's all that matters.
Nat 20. I swear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's 20.
It was the impassioned speech, man. How you have been. The dice heard you.
They're charged up now.
You feel warmth grow inside of you. For a moment, you think it might be the wound that you sustained, but then it feels nice. It feels caring, like a blanket wrapped around you. You feel your clothes transform into the same clothes on that first day. You feel your wound close. You feel revitalized, and in this moment of zen, you see exactly where the cooling unit is located. You know instinctively exactly where to aim. You pull back your wicked axe, and you release. I would really like you to roll 2d10 of damage.
Oh, that wasn't even that great. 5 points of damage.
You deal 5 points of damage, and the bee looks to have broken one of its wings. It looks like it fundamentally doesn't work, and you know that the damage that you've done to this cooling heating system will mean that in a couple turns, this mechanical machine will be defunct. Off of that turn, it is going to be Delilah.
I think Delilah in this moment sees these people that she knows getting attacked, And in this moment, she thinks about someone who she tries very hard not to think about, and just thinks about how helpless she was all those years ago to save them, to like do something that matters, to be impactful. And I think she's just in this first car now, not sure what to do, not sure how she can possibly help. She's just like looking around for anything that she could do. So there's the giant bee on top of the second car.
Yes.
And there are still bee legs puncturing in through the side.
Yes.
Does Delilah have like a water bottle with her, or?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay hydrated.
I guess she would, if she was able to, would kind of run to the nearest bee leg and just try to douse it in water.
Okay, I'm going to say just make a general intelligence check for me.
Would you say you made a beeline towards it?
For every horrible pun, I add 2 to the derailment roll, and that should be an 8 by now, which I think I'm just going to double because there's been 2 of them now.
Yeah.
So 16, yeah. 16 derailment roll.
So that's a 19 on the general intelligence.
Leaf, I'm afraid that I'm reducing all checks in general by 16 by it now, so... okay, you rolled a 17 on the general intelligence
19.
check. 19.
I think Delilah has destroyed many electronic devices pouring water on them just to mess with people. Opposing bands, people she doesn't get along with, just taking out their amps, taking out their equipment.
I'm sure your mother encouraged it as art too.
I will say you rolled 1d10 of damage.
So sorry, I destroyed your nice
That's
speaker.
3 damage.
3 big ones. You hear a sort of fizzling sound inside of the mechanical arm, and it seems to droop. It no longer has this grasp through the window. It is just hanging freely, kind of wavering in the wind.
If I'm able to, I would run back into the first car.
You can,
Okay.
yeah.
You know, Recklin, we probably should have ran back into that other car. There's no way this goes badly for us, right?
No, not at all. I think our plan is this is gonna work well. I can just feel it.
Y'all are doing great.
Anise, I'm sorry you didn't get hit. It is your turn.
Okay, no, that's fine. She is still stumbling forward. It is partly just because of the pain she's feeling that she is absolutely not used to. And it is in part because whenever this pain flashes through her, she gets these flashes, these aftershocks, these green images come into her vision, and that stalls her. That makes her grab for a seat to stabilize herself. Finally, she does make it up to the end of the car and goes into the front car, I guess. And being in there, she gets in just kind of like nursing her shoulder and stumbles back into one of the first seats inside the door. And then just looking out that door she just came through, getting a glimpse of the Bebot and the train and just all that damage. She gets another she winces with another flash of pain through her shoulder. She sees a whole bunch of green aftershock images at once. There's one where the giant bee robot is just still and they're in the station. There's one where the bee has slid off and it is crashing toward parts of the city below. There are numbers and numbers of them where this creature is just pulling the central car up and away, derailing it. And seeing this, she's just kind of laid back in shock. She's still getting these images flittering by and yells out, Get in the front car! Michael, detach it! Detach the back cars!
What? Are you
It's gonna derail!
Are you sure?
Okay. Top of the round.
Layer action.
The bee furthers its grip on this train car, moving it even more frantically, more sporadically, increasing the chance that it derails. On a roll lower than a 4, this train car will derail. Once again, we'll roll it in front of everybody. That's a 16.
It's hanging on.
The odds once again increase by 2. Michael, it is your turn.
Michael hears Anissa's words. Disconnect the cards. And he goes to follow the direction, but a thought occurs to him. there are still people back there. That 2 of the people that he just met today, but he's gone through some traumatizing stuff with, are back there as well. And I don't think Michael can leave someone behind. So Michael's gonna walk back into the center cart with no idea what to do.
I'd like you to make another shine check.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Ouch.
Between everything that's going on, you just can't bring yourself back to that mind state that you were in when you first transformed. But you have stepped into this train cart against better judgment, against your own safety, to help the 2 people that you just met. Michael Brown, what are you going to do?
I think Michael is going to climb up onto one of the seats on the side, try to reach through the window and grab onto one of the bee's legs.
Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Yeah.
Lord.
A 15.
You fully grasp onto this leg. It thrashes you up and down, to and fro, but your grip remains thorough and firm, and you hang on with all of your might.
Do I look like a cowboy wreck? Do I?
That's the biggest yee I've ever seen. Yeehaw!
Okay, Griff, up next in the initiative order.
Well, things just got a lot more interesting. Suddenly there is a man flailing out.
Oh, Michael's got this. Michael's got this. He's fine.
And seeing this, it's like time is almost slowing down in Griff's vision. There's so much to process all at once, and he's just trying to keep up, trying to sharpen his mind and focus. And he's going to try to channel the shine.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a shine check.
One of them has to land, right, guys? I rolled a 9.
Your mind races too quickly to focus on any one thing. A million thoughts flutter by like a, well, swarm of bees. Nothing comes to purchase, and though you feel that warmth temporarily inside of you, it does not take purchase.
Okay. No powers. Got it. Old-fashioned way. And he was gonna take this fire extinguisher and whack a leg with it.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Does a 10 hit?
It does not hit.
No!
You hear the clanging noise once more, maybe not learning from your past mistakes, and you feel the reverberations go up through your arm.
I don't think that's working.
I don't think that's working.
I don't think that's working, Griff.
It is.
I'm trying, I'm sorry!
It is the bee's turn. Given that there are only 3 people in this cart, I will be rolling a d4. 1 through 3 will determine who it hits. 4 will mean that it misses entirely. The first attack comes out. You see smoke fluttering off of the bee, casting the sky in a gray. It seems like it's taken damage, but it has not given in. 3. That is going to be going against Recklin.
Oh no!
I have something up my sleeve now, though. So,
Now, it could still miss.
as a reaction,
Oh?
now that I have something, instinctually, I see it coming for me, and I have this mirrored cape on my back. And as it's coming, I just whip it out and try to intercept it using the mirror cape. I cast Shield as a reaction at 5 to my AC.
That's fucking sick.
It misses.
Yes!
Seemingly confused by this glittering cape of mirrors, the large stinger slams into the bottom of the train cart, leaving a huge impact in the bottom, but missing Wreck entirely.
You're like a matador waving your cape.
The second strike,
Throw.
once again against Recklin, but you still have your +5 armor.
Yes.
4 attacks against recklessness?
Yeah.
That one misses as well.
Ooh, I have 3 HP.
Just trying.
The bee seems to find no purchase against these manifested shine powers, just misses its stinger over and over again, and off of that, Recklin.
All right. That was pretty cool. And I look down. So, you're a big freaking HVAC bee. Well, I got a big freaking HVAC arm. Okay, let's fucking dango. And then I look down, make some small adjustments. So I know this. Oh, I know this like it's the back of my hand, because I guess it is the back of my hand. Make some toom, and then I can feel it. I know if I make these 2 different conduits, it'll blast out into a large laser thing. I know it'll do it. It'll totally fry through this thing. I've actually done this before in school. And so I set that up, and I cast, at first level, a Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yo.
You know.
It's been better.
It's a 4.
Still adjusting to your shine powers. It's not something that you're used to. You fire off a bolt, and you are very excited that something fired off at all, but the aim is all wrong, and it goes flying into the sky, kind of exploding a little bit in the distance into a small little firework.
Recklin, how did you do that?
I don't know, man. Oh, man. I don't know. This shine, I don't know if this is shine or I don't know if this is adrenaline. I've never felt more alive in my whole life, I swear to God.
Oh my god.
Is there any movement that you
No, I'm just here. I can't. I don't think I can move.
Okay, great. Awesome. Delilah, your turn.
Oh, where's a gun when you need one? I think Delilah is going to try to run to the engine of this and try to knock on the door and see if there's someone driving this thing.
Okay, yeah. So in the front cart, there is a partitioned off area where the driver of the train would be. You can run there if you'd like.
Yes.
Okay, you run there. You just gonna open the door?
Gonna try, yeah.
You open the door and it's unlocked. It swings open to reveal an empty chair. The train system seems to run on an automated system. There is a panel board of glowing buttons and levers and switches, all labeled in some foreign language that you don't even begin to understand. It does look very messable with, though.
Is there a big emergency button anywhere?
There are many red flashing buttons. I will allow you to just roll a d20 to see if slamming any of them would do anything.
Yeah, sure, why not, right?
The big button casts fireball.
I rolled a 10.
A 10. You see that the glove compartment pops out.
Okay.
There is a nice protein bar in there.
I'm gonna pocket that.
That's going to be important later.
There's not a big speed thingy.
There are
like a throttle.
There are multiple levers.
Great. Yeah, Delilah likes messing with things, but she doesn't like derailing trains.
That's totally fair.
Domestic terrorism is not on her list. So I think she's gonna poke her head back over to as far over to the other car as she can. She's like, "Hey, does anybody know how to drive a train?"
So messing with buttons has netted you a protein bar. But after your turn is Anise.
Anise finally stabilizing a little bit. She sees Michael just kind of pass by, and instead of trying to detach the other car, go into it. She was once leaning back against the seat, gets herself up, standing, and looking further into this front car and seeing that family from earlier cowering there. She turns her gaze back to the central car and sees Recklin, Griff, and Michael all in there trying to fight this thing. She now is hit with moments of them all being heroic, of little bits of perhaps she doesn't know whether it was the future or the past, but of Griff spraying this thing with a fire extinguisher, of Recklin throwing a hatchet at it. In this moment, she feels some pride in her team, sees what possibilities lie there. If possible, I'd like to make a shine check.
I would like you to make a shine check.
Gotta be one.
A mighty 7.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's okay. Everybody's shine powers come
Exactly.
to them in their own time.
We're just all late bloomers. It's okay, except for Recklin.
Unfortunately, the shine powers do not seem to come to you as they once did.
I think there's another fire axe in this car.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, one for each cart.
Hell yeah, is it nearby?
Yes.
Let's fucking go. All right. Taking inspiration from one of those aftershock images she saw of Recklin just yeeting a hatchet at this thing, she looks around to her left, to her right, around the side of the fire extinguisher. She goes and grabs this hatchet and yanks it off the wall. She is going to stumble in there. She is actually, now that she's gotten kind of a look at the thing from the front cart, kind of seen roughly where it is on the top, she is going to get like toward the middle of the car and ready her action to take a swing at the stinger as it comes through the room.
Okay, sounds good. Anise readies her action. It is time for the derailment check. 1 to 6. Anywhere 1 to 6, and the entire center train cart will derail. Let's roll the d20.
Michael's gonna be okay though. That's right, because he's not.
I rolled an 18.
Your dice are on today.
Yes, we love these dice.
Credit it to good engineering. The train cart does not derail, even when it's been put under such immense pressure. Michael, it is your turn once again.
Fire extinguisher?
Well, I'm outside the window, hanging off of one of its legs
Yes.
at the moment.
Oh, right.
So
That was you.
Michael's going to continue holding on to the leg as hard as he can because he realizes he's kind of in a predicament.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll another strength check.
You got this.
So are we on like a monorail, like elevated above the ground, or are we just like a train that's on the ground?
Yes, so you are on top of a train station which rests below the petals of the giant sunflower in the center of the city. And so when you look out into the distance, you can see that you're very high up. The outside of the train windows peek out into a probably 100-foot drop.
Oh.
The sound of wind constantly blows past your ears.
Yeah, Michael holds on to this leg just as hard as he can, glances down for a second, sees the 100-foot drop into almost nothingness, and is just going to grip on it that much tighter, remembering something his dad always said, or what his dad would say if he were here right now. It builds character. That's a 14.
14. I'm going to roll a contested strength check here. I'll roll it in front of everybody because I'm evil. You see that Michael Brown loses his grip on this bee arm and begins to fall. With that, it is going to be Griff's turn. You see Michael Brown has begun to plummet.
Alright. Listen, fire extinguishers have two parts. You got a nice tank, and they got a nice little rope that the tank is attached to. Griff, seeing Michael fall out the window, is going to try to offer this to Michael, perhaps.
From out there, you have seen someone fall out a window in recent history.
It's true.
This could be a catalyst for something.
Why is Griff always having people fall out the window? Griff, seeing Michael fall, he's been here before. He's seen people fall out windows. He's even caught someone falling out of a window. This is practically his expertise at this point. He's going to run to the window and try to catch Michael. try to grab onto him.
I would like you to make a strength check. I'll tell you the DC. Michael is free falling. You're not very strong. It is 15.
So, I could have got his reaction there.
It wouldn't have helped. That's a 3.
You touch fingertips for a moment, for a second, and you think that your grip strengthens enough to hold on to him, but it slips through.
Michael, no!
It is the bee's turn. There are 3 people in the train car. I'm going to roll this d4.
One outside.
That is a 2. This is coming against Anise. But you have your action readied.
I do have my action ready.
As the stinger comes flying down, you may take your turn before it hits you.
She is still getting these like weird images that she's unused to, but getting slowly accustomed to it. She sees a flash of the stinger piercing through the roof moments before it happens, and she gets down and readies the axe to just jump up and give it a hack. So when it does, she's going for one of the joints.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit with this axe.
Okay.
You can add your strength to it, but you're not proficient, so you won't get any modifiers there.
Am I... Well, okay, so
If you want, you can call it a finesse weapon.
class-wise, I would have proficiency, but I don't imagine we're taking that into account right now, are we?
Do you have, like, fire axe proficiency?
Has Anise ever wielded a fire axe before?
So no.
Yeah, so
No.
it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Cool. That's an inorganic 20, baby.
That will hit. I think that this is probably akin to, like, a hand axe. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a 1d6 slashing damage and add your strength. 7 points of damage. You hack at one of the joints, and though the abdomen does not come completely off, you see orange lights streaking out from the point of impact. This thing seems like it's on its last legs, but you are still taking hits. So, as the piercer strikes down at you, you get a weird sense of where it's going to land. I want you to roll a shine check.
On.
2.
We are not
Nope.
good.
No.
Shine.
She is too focused on that axing.
At this rate, the Shine Brigade is literally just going to be Recklin.
Yeah.
You know, it makes sense after Recklin gave a great speech earlier.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
not of everyone, I believe Recklin actually believes in the Shine the most.
Yeah.
The second attack is coming towards Recklin.
No!
Oh my god.
No, please!
Do we want to resolve the damage on that?
Oh, right as rain. You are 100% right.
Teacher, do we have any homework?
That is going to be 3 points of piercing damage.
Big out.
Okay, I'm going to roll this strike against Recklin.
You're up spell slots, right?
That is going to be a 14 versus your armor class.
You can roll 2 damage.
How many hit points do you
I
have?
have 3 hit points, and I might have a way to save Michael, and no!
That is going to be 4 points of piercing.
No!
And just, oh.
Michael!
But remember earlier when I said that the shine manifesting healed your wounds? You were brought to full hit points.
Oh my god. Woo.
Yes!
We're alive.
Just thought you should know, I mean, it might be important or something, I don't know.
I wasn't sure. I was hoping. You said that you implied it. I just didn't want to hope and have it crushed.
God.
Recklin.
Really playing for the drama, man.
I know!
I'm evil! Recklin, it is your turn. Michael is falling to his death outside of this train cart.
Okay. So this is... I'm gonna have to cut this. This is dependent on flavoring.
Okay.
I mentioned to you how Mage Hand works.
Yes.
It being an extendo claw.
Yes.
I'm not saying I can lift him. I'm saying, can I extendo claw to reach him, and then we have a rope that's attached to my arm, and I'm at risk of falling out, mind you, so it's a little risky in that sense. But does this work?
I will say that because this falls outside of the normal use of the spell, I will have you roll to see if it will take effect.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable.
So that is an Arcana check, which I'm calling a Shine check.
Okay,
to be
as a
cheeky.
Shine check?
Yes.
For the people playing at home, I got a -1. 6.
6.
Oh no.
You launch your extendo arm, and you feel it take purchase, but it can't get a good enough grip to keep him up.
Go. Oh my god, there's a button on here for the grab! Oh, jeez!
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I think that's... because that's gonna be my action. Man.
I've got it.
I did it to myself.
Okay.
There's nobody to blame but me.
It is your turn.
I appreciate it.
I think seeing out the window, seeing Michael just plummeting to his death, I think that is like, it really awakens something in her that she hasn't felt up to this point in a really long time. Just this like profound sense of, I cannot let this happen under any cost. Delilah, who she normally is in her head, any hesitation just vanishes. And she is going to run into the second car. As a satyr, I have the Mirthful Leaps ability. When I make a long or high jump, I can roll a d8 and add the result of the number of feet I can cover. The extra distance costs movement as normal. So I don't know how we flavor that with this, but what I want to do is I want to jump through one of the stinger holes onto the bee, and I want to try to rodeo fly the bee down to Michael.
What?
That's what I call animal handling.
That is animal handling.
This is the most crucial animal handling.
Leap through the stinger hole. You land on top of this malfunctioning, defunct bee. I want you to make probably the most important animal handling check in all of D&D.
I either pull this off, or I'm probably going to be joining you in the because I have no chance at a strength check.
At least I'll have a friend. Let's go.
Oh no!
Alright, it's an 11.
It does not seem to want to listen to what you're doing. Unfortunately, you try to bend it to your will, but nothing happens. Anise, it is your turn.
Yeah, this is a curious one. And I don't suppose there's a lot of rope just hanging around.
Unfortunately not. I'll lay the situation out for you.
Got an idea?
On the next turn, I will roll another derailment roll.
Oh my god.
It will be a 1 through 8. The bee looks like it's standing on its last legs, and Michael Brown is falling towards his death. Anise, you have the last turn before the derailment roll, before Michael Brown plummets beyond sight. Do you prevent the train from being derailed, or do you go for a last-ditch effort to save Michael Brown? The choice is yours, and you don't have long.
Anise looks to her left, sees Recklin hanging half out the window, full shine regalia. She looks to her right. She sees Griff standing there with the fire extinguisher and doing his best. She looks up and sees Delilah on top of the fucking bee doing all sorts of madness, hanging on for her life. Bringing her gaze back down, she sees that family in the front car. She knows there's only one thing she can't do. She looks up through one of the holes left by the stinger that show the abdomen of the giant bee. She throws the axe.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
5 do it for you?
Unfortunately not. The axe misses.
Oh, God.
Top of the round. 1 through 8 means that the train car derails.
How many times can we get lucky?
A 7.
Nope.
Oh no!
The train car falls off of its tracks. The center cart begins to pull the rest of the cars down. At the top of this round, I need everybody to roll a strength saving throw.
8.
Not the good dice.
12.
9.
Oh, wait, they cursed me. 7.
Everyone who rolled below a 10 is knocked prone. Michael Brown, you fall through the air. Griff, it is your turn.
Alright. Griff falls to the ground, knocked prone by this rolling and railing of the train car as it comes off of its tracks. And he looks up. Is there a stinger hole above him?
I would say yes.
He's going to, from the ground, try to aim the fire extinguisher up through the hole and try to spray the bee again.
I would say go ahead and make a roll for it.
I got a 13.
The DC was 12.
Ooh.
I will tell you that this bee has so little HP that no matter what you roll, it will be felled. You spray fire extinguisher gunk straight into the mechanical pieces of this bee, and it falters and it fails, and you see orange light pierce out of every single orifice, and you see once again that strange shadowed veil encompass its entire body, and it seems to fall apart in the air as it flies towards the ground.
Where am I in that?
You're on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh no! What have I
Can I make
done?
an acrobatics check? Or
You
something?
absolutely can make an acrobatics check.
To do what?
To parkour off of it, just like I learned in gym class.
Nice.
That's a 13.
That is good enough. You jump from this mess of a bee, grabbing on to the side of this derailed train car. Your grip strengthens. We're going to maintain our order of combat because it's important for this series of events. Recklin, it is your turn. The center car is derailing. It is pulling the other two with it.
I can feel like there's debris, and Recklin's is picking himself up. He doesn't completely. He's like, there's just dust in his eyes. He can't even. It's just there's this smell of burning rubber and twisted metal, and he can't even see straight. He can. What is? Shit. Oh no, the car is derailed, but I don't know how I can. Maybe if I disconnect us from the engine, maybe that'll. And he tries to get up, and it's hard. There's just so much gunk of stuff, and he's going to try to make his way to disconnect the central car from the rear one, because presumably the rear one has an engine, so maybe this will just derail and we'll make it work. So he's just going to try and fight his way through, try to find some way to maybe just, even if he has to blast, just try to find this connector and destroy it. Because he can't think of how to disconnect it. He's not thinking that straight. He just needs to destroy it. He just needs to go and get the stupid arm and blast it. So he's trying to make his way there.
So you are running to, the front car?
Yeah, trying to disconnect the rear from it.
You see that there is a connector. It is made of metal.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish Recklin wasn't like this, but Recklin's not going to look for a lever. Recklin, again, is just going to try and use the HVAC gun, the blaster gun, and just... It's going to be hot. Maybe that'll be enough, and cast Firebolt at it. You can't trip.
Go ahead and roll.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Wait, I have bonfires. It's not that bad. Okay, it's a 13. 13.
Yes, the 13 hits an inanimate object.
Okay.
Just go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, it's fire damage, if that means
Yes.
anything. It's 5.
5. You see the metal connector explode in a fury of fire, melted away by the force of heat that you've applied to it. The front train cart is disconnected from the back too. It is Delilah's turn.
Okay, so I'd like to pull myself back onto the car.
Easy enough.
Great. Were there people in the back car?
No, there is only people in the front car. The family that you guys helped save has been there the entire time.
Okay. And the bee is completely out of commission. Like, nothing could bring this bee back.
It is destroyed beyond belief.
I think Delilah has to just hightail it into the front car then. If I'm able to try to, as I do that, like, help anyone up who may have fallen prone, or, like, just kind of use the steady footing of having hooves and, I'd like to help.
Yes,
The help action.
you can absolutely do that. Who is prone? I think that Griff is prone on the floor.
I'm prone, yes.
You can pull Griff up as your action.
Cool.
And then hightail it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that scene from Inception where the room seems to turn on you as you're running through it. You pick Griff up and run into the front cart where things are more stable. Okay, Anise.
Is it, like, by the time it gets around to Anise, is it even possible for her to get to the front car, disconnected as it is?
Yes, it is. It is not moved far enough away that you can't get to it. It's sort of, they're moving at the same velocity. And so this one, still with the engine, will eventually pull ahead. But in this instance, it is very possible for you to get there.
Okay. And he says eyes flash green as she, feels the pain in her stomach from the last time she got hit. And looking around her, there's far too many possibilities that flash by, too many shocks of green, but almost all of them, any that she can hold on to for more than a moment, are tragedy. She just puts her head down, tries to ignore these things that are filling her head with tragic sadness, insanity, and she just makes a dart for the front car.
Okay.
Trying to jump out the door and get into that other one.
You make it without much of a problem. Griff, being helped up by Delilah, you make it too. Michael Brown, you fly towards the cold earth. The wind pierces on your skin, and you feel as though you're going to die. What goes through Michael Brown's head in this crux, this moment of pain?
I think the first place that Michael's mind goes to, since he was just imagining his dad here, is what his dad would say now. Michael imagines all the horrible things his dad would be saying to him. That he wasn't man enough. That he wasn't good enough. That he couldn't make it. He didn't have it, whatever it was. But it's not the only voice and the only place Michael's mind goes to. He also hears his wife. And not how she was on the day she left, but on the days that they would spend together in the backyard with their kids, the sun glistening down on their beautiful, happy faces. And then Michael gets angry. He gets really angry because he realizes that through the past month of not seeing them, he didn't realize how much it hurt to not have them. In this moment, he's realizing he's not going to have them for much longer.
In this moment of anger, of realization, of catapulting towards the earth, you feel a moment of hopelessness, but the body of the bee, the mechanical parts, start to rain down around you.
Michael panics and realizes that maybe he's not about to lose his kids and reaches for any piece of metal that he can that might just slow his fall or break it a little bit.
In this moment where Michael Brown realizes what's important to him, he feels the shine grow within him. He feels it burn, and it burns hot, but it is a good burn. It is the burn of ambition. It is the burn of living, of loving. And Michael, in this moment where this can't possibly be the end, where there's more in your life that you need to do, what do you do with these mechanical parts?
Michael reaches to his left, grabs a leg, pulls it close to him, reaches out with his right, grabs another leg, pulls it close to him again, wraps them around himself. He's going to, with all of the anger and frustration that he's feeling right now, just hold them as tightly together as he can, try to compress them with his hands, and try to turn this into a seatbelt of some kind.
You press your hands together, furious and hot. You feel the shine pour into this thing that you've built. A set of geared eyes look up towards you. It says, "Hey there, Mr. Brown. Fallen to our death, are we?"
Oh my god, what the gloom! What the... We need to... Michael reaches up and grabs the bee's wing and pulls it close to him again, shoves it into this new creation's mouth. I'm sorry! And just presses tight again and says, "Please let this work, please let this work."
A seatbelt flies outwards made of scrap metal, surrounds your waist. The wing starts flapping intensely. You're not flying, but you're not falling either. In a glide, you sail towards the earth, and even though you're so high up, and even though it's still a scary experience, you know that this is not the day that you will die.
Oh my gloom. If it's stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
You land inside of a swimming pool. You get confused looks by a couple children that are running around. You look towards yourself. You are wearing a full ballerina dress. The garb has manifested on you, and in your panic, you didn't even notice that it happened. The rest of the Shine Brigade. You see the two trailing carts fall into the city. But the family of four is safe. Shaken, but safe. Eventually, the cart pulls into the next station. Already there, a slew of police officers. You have a couple moments before the train cart opens.
I've got to come clean, everyone. I couldn't possibly have this going on my record.
Recklin, Recklin, even having been renewed that one time, he's still really hurt. And there's still that initially got it kind of in chest. This sits more kind of on his left flank at this point. There's still a lot of blood. And Recklin, he starts trying to clean it off. Trying to cover it up. This is just go time. We gotta be the heroes. Not for us. We gotta go out there. And we gotta smile. And I know we don't feel like smiling right now, but we have to. 'Cause we're the Shine Brigade, okay?
Okay, Recklin.
Okay.
Anise is holding her shoulder and looks back down on it and takes part of this rag that Michael had tied around her wound, looks at it, looks back up at you, Recklin. But he's gone, isn't he? She just falls back into a seat, still holding this rag, looking defeated.
One of the children of the family that you saved walks up to you in this moment, Anise, and hugs your leg.
That gesture, there's nothing that she can do but cry.
You know, it's kind of funny that he was going to leave first, but he was the best hero out of all of us.
Yeah. That's funny that way, isn't it?
The train pulls into the station. There are police officers and reporters and a whole collection of civilians. The doors open. What do you do?
And Recklin, looking at everyone else's despondent faces and a little part of his own head thinking, this feels really wrong, and this is just I just watched a friend die, but we need to go out there and do this, and just kind of goes up and tries to, hi y'all, we're the Shine Brigade, and we had this under control. No need to be alarmed. There is no more danger anymore. We are here. We have handled this threat. You are safe.
A flash of cameras, a loud noise from the audience envelops every single inch of this room. Microphones are shoved in all of your faces. But then the room falls into a hush. You hear a clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. Pony Puffy Pants walks through the crowd. You notice now that he's walking on a limp. He looks at you, the Shine Brigade. His eyes seem to be sunken. His face seems to be full of sorrow. He says, I am sorry for what I've done. You are more brave than I ever could have imagined. And if you'll have me, I'd like you to come train with me. He turns back around. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. And the crowd once again breaks out into a yelling frenzy.
How far away did the train go from where Michael fell?
It went probably about a mile or two.
I'm gonna look over at Recklin and Delilah and Anise. We should go find him. We can't just leave him out there. We have to go get him.
Hearing that, Anise just drops further head in her hands, crying.
Recklin? Delilah?
Yeah.
I can't find him by myself. I don't want to be alone right now.
It's very clear from Delilah's face that she doesn't either. I don't think she says a word in this moment. I don't think she could if she tried. But she does move closer to you and is ready to go with you.
Let's go. Let's go give him the respect he deserves. Yeah.
Griffin just puts his head down. All these cameras and flashing lights are freaking him out a little bit, and he wants nothing more than just to be away from them. Even though him and Recklin talked about it, he can't face them. He can't smile at these cameras. And he just pushes through the crowd and starts walking back down the tracks.
Okay.
Do the police just let us go?
They do. It seems that whatever sway Pony Puffy Pants had has given you complete clemency to do what you want. You see that the family of four is being interviewed. You recognize the interviewer, Tia Tumbleweed. You catch glimpses of what they say.
Yeah, that Shine Brigade, they came, and when that bee attacked, they were so brave. I don't think I've ever seen anything more crazy in my entire life. I mean, I knew the Shine Brigade were a force for good, but, I just didn't think they were that good.
The police let you go on your way in order to arrive at the location that you saw Michael Brown fall off. You actually have to take another train.
Oh.
It takes a while. It takes probably 2 or 3 hours with all the chaos and the delays. When the train car opens, you see a disheveled Michael Brown dressed in the most wonderful tutu you've ever seen in your entire life.
Oh.
And he flashes a wry smile. Let's end the session there.
Hello again, Michael.
Hi, Lotus. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. How have you been this week? Are there any changes?
Well, you know how it is with the wife and the kids. It's strained. It's like she doesn't want to listen to anything I have to say.
And how do you feel when you attempt to communicate with Melissa?
I don't know. Angry? Confused?
Is that all?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
And that's okay, Michael. That's why we're here.
I know. It's just hard.
And that's okay. We can come back to this later. Last week you mentioned you were looking for a hobby to keep you busy.
Well, I've been taking bits of scrap metal and turning them into little figures. Nothing fancy, just something to pass the time.
Good. That's great, Michael. I'm glad you found some creative ways to keep yourself busy.
Yeah. It's something I used to do when Dad ran the shop. After Flower Ball, I'd mess around with Dad's tools, too. Sometimes he'd let me work on cars with him. I'd, hand him a flashlight or a wrench.
And that's how you and Melissa met, right? You fixed her car?
Yeah. That was a little later, after high school. We went to Azalea High together. You know the place? Anyway, I didn't get to know her until I recalibrated the crystal alternator in her Daisy sedan. Those things always used to break down. The voltage regulators need their magnets replaced every 20,000 miles, and most people don't even know it's there. If it wasn't the alternator, it was probably a spark plug. How's your car doing? When I drove up, it sounded like the belt was giving out.
It's fine, Michael. Let's get back on track. It's okay. It's fine, Michael. Let's get back on track. Tell me about your day today.
I mean, it's all right. This Shine Brigade business is no joke, let me tell you. I've almost died twice now. But the rest of the team is all right.
You mentioned one of the Shine Brigade members was about the same age as Michael Jr., right? How do you feel about that?
Oh. Hold on. I gotta take this.
Wait, Michael, that's clearly not a phone. That's a piece of scrap metal.
I gotta take this. Michael's Auto Shop. This is Michael. Yep. Yeah, I can get you in today. It's making sputtering noises, you say? I'll be right there.
Michael.